Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We're out in the garden today. We are going to get the cabbages up just because it's getting hot out here and they need to be gotten up. Do what we can with them before they bolt. Right now we got the netting over it. We're going to be taking that off. We're going to harvest all this cabbage today. A lot of it's going to be freeze dried. That way we can preserve it. If you're new here, I certainly do appreciate you stopping by. Hope you consider subscribing. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for all your support of the channel, your shares, your likes, your comments, your thumbs up. It means a lot to us, guys. Really do appreciate it. So we're out here today, and I'm going to let my wife do her thing. I'm not going to bother her. I'm just going to walk you through it. There's a squash you just got off of there. So we're going to take all this up today, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. It looks like they did, some of them did really good. Those did good, the best. Oh, I see, yeah, they did. Can I help you get this stuff off?
I got it.
There you got it. And we're letting all this broccoli here bolt, right? So we can get seeds.
Right. And the lettuce too.
And the lettuce. So we're going to have the lettuce seeds and we're going to have broccoli seeds for this fall, right? We're planting again this fall with broccoli and cabbage and lettuce because they're cold season crops too, right?
Right. And the carrots.
Well, yeah, the carrots will go in. And also we're going to get the onions up today too, right? Mm-hmm. So we can make some room for the other stuff. The potatoes, we're going to let go another couple of days, but they're going to be ready to come up. That'll be a whole different video because that's going to take a minute. So anyway, let's get ready to see what we get with the cabbage here. We'll see how much we get. There's one over there. There we go. All right. Just pull all of this back. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we can see something. And there's a good head of cabbage. And these leaves right here, the ones with the holes in it, we'll cut off, give to the girls. The other ones here, they're perfectly fine to eat. And what we're going to do is we will freeze dry those. We've already done some. Like that plant there, he doesn't have anything other than leaves, so we'll freeze dry all of that. So, see how much we can get out of here. I'm going to take all of it out today. Hope everybody's doing good today on a Sunday. It's what we woke up to doing today. So, all right, we'll see you in a minute when we start cutting some of this up. All right, so you're just cutting them right above there, and then later on we're gonna come back and pull all the roots out.
Yeah.
Give those to the girls. Did most of them form up?
We got some small ones in there, which is fine.
Well, plus we got all the leaves too.
All the leaves.
And you've already freeze dried some of the outer leaves, hadn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to get this out. We're going to plant some more in the fall. But it's getting too hot for it now, guys. If we don't get it, it's going to bolt, turn bitter. So,
This fall we'll have it bigger.
Yeah, in the fall. Because it's more of a cold weather. We were trying to...
But this one here is about the size you can get in the grocery store nowadays.
Well, with inflation and everything else, you're about right.
I'll probably leave these roots in a couple of days just so they die out.
Oh, okay. Leave those in.
This one's a good one.
Yeah, that's a big one there. That's huge.
Yeah, that's about the size of my hand.
Yeah. That little guy there, he didn't
Well,
do
I'm going to let him go ahead and go to seed.
Oh, okay. You're going to let that one seed?
And probably that one there.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, I'm going to take him.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of one in there. Cool.
Yeah, I'll let that one go to seed.
We got one over here too. Yeah, if you don't get these out, guys, by this time of the year, they're going to be bitter and they're just going to bolt on you. Yeah, they're not 100% formed, but some of them are really good.
But you can freeze dry the leaves and then you can make it into a powder and put it in your soups and everything like that.
Yeah.
Put it in dips.
Well, that's the good thing about the freeze dryer. You can do a lot with the freeze dryer. So that's what we got. Let's take a look at a good one here. Yeah. Yeah, that one's a smaller one. Yeah, that one's a good one there. So we got a couple of good ones out. And, yeah, that's about what you would get now in the grocery store. I mean, they're not huge, but for us, I mean, that's a lot of cabbage. When we freeze dry it and we put it up in the jars and Mylar bags, that's going to be a lot because we do use the leaves too. So, all right.
I mean, there's so many leaves that you could pick and choose. If one doesn't seem just right, we got plenty.
Yeah, we got plenty of cabbage, and especially if we do it this year too in the fall.
It'll be done for all year.
Yeah, and it'll be bigger in the fall, and we'll bring you guys along for that. All right, we're going to get some onions out of the ground and get all this stuff taken care of. So let's see how our onions came out this year. Got the bucket over here. We'll see how all those came out.
These are about seed.
Yeah.
Oh.
The lettuce.
Yeah.
Yep. The lettuce is. Yep. We're going to let this go to seed so we can seed save off of that. And most of all of everything out here was saved from seed. So that's how all the tomatoes you see, all the cucumbers, broccoli, and squash, zucchini, all of that was seed saved. We bought potatoes, I bought onions, but going out spending $5, $6, $7, $8 on a tomato plant, we did not do it. And this year we're going to do the same. And you can see we're getting a lot of tomatoes already. And I showed you how we staged everything, and you can tell right here how these are much smaller. Oh, look at there, that's looking really good. And if you're having a problem with blossom rot, calcium, that's what you're seeing around the plants here. All that white down in there, that's just calcium we spread into the soil for them, and that will reduce your blossom rot. So let's see how many onions we're getting. You can see the onions are huge, but we're going to go ahead and get them whether they're dead or not, and we're going to get them because we need this space for some more stuff.
This one I don't think is quite ready.
You don't think so?
No, it's still got quite a bit of
greenery on it, because normally we want them when all your greenery is down, like that one right there. He might be.
I don't think he's going to do much more.
No, I think he's about finished too. So we got him. A lot of looks like the Vidalias. This one's a good candidate here.
He didn't really do.
Yeah, he did.
He's going to be very strong in flavor.
Yeah, he's going to be strong in flavor. So.
I think I'm going to wait on these just a little bit.
Yeah, because everything matured differently. I mean, we got 3 different types. We got Vidalias, we've got red or yellow and white onions. So they matured at different rates. I think the yellow onions are probably, what do you think? I think they're about done, don't you? These are great to freeze dry. There's your one. They last for a long time. Oh, that one's a big one. Look at that. Yeah, that's a good one there. Looks like we got quite a few good ones.
He's ready.
There's several right here that are, even though the greenery's not completely done with them, I think we should go ahead and get a few of these, don't you?
Well, sometimes I don't want to take the chance of losing. There's a couple big red ones back there. I may go ahead and just take. I mean, they're big enough.
Yeah. There's one right there. That one looks like he could come out.
He's yellow.
Yeah, that's the yellow one.
Well, I meant.
Oh yeah, the tips are coming off. There's a Siamese onion. We'll get that one too. And what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to hang these up in the greenhouse for about 2 weeks and let them dry out and form a good shell on the outside of them. And that way they'll last a lot longer. they'll be a whole lot better for storage. And of course, we're going to take some and we'll freeze dry some right away.
Back and get that.
Yeah, we'll get the leaf. You taking that one there?
I'm gonna leave this one on because
He's green.
yeah.
What about that one there?
I might take him. He's go ahead. He's laying over.
Yeah.
He's done. He's just.
So when you hang them up in there, what you want to do is you want the green.
They smell good.
Oh, they do. I can smell it from here. You want the greens to dry up to be like complete, like paper almost, and the onion to have a good skin on it. Are you going to take that Siamese onion? See what that is?
It ain't gonna do much more.
No, I think he's probably done. That's weird. I've never seen one quite like that. That'll be interesting to get him out.
They smell so good.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that weird?
The bulb just split.
It did, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And they grew together. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, some of these didn't do well after.
I think some of them.
Well, a lot of them broke when that storm came through, and it ended up killing quite a few. But like this one here, the greenery's already off him. Yeah.
Get it down before we lose it.
Yeah, because if you leave them in the ground much longer after they've died off, they're going to rot. So, put that one in there. There's another one. These are the white onions. That's a good one. And you remember when I did the video how I showed you how to plant these. They've all done pretty good. We did have a storm come through and it did break quite a few of them, which caused us to lose some. But I've got some planted over on the other side of the house that may have done pretty good.
And there's that stupid white moth.
Yeah, that white moth right there. If you can see it, I don't know. We don't want him in the garden because he's going to lay eggs and they become caterpillars. So when you see that, you need to keep a good eye out for caterpillars. That's not a good thing for your garden. Oh, that one's a good size one. You know, I priced some of these the other day at Food Lion. There's another good one. Yeah. So, how many have you got there? Oh, you got quite a bit there. Good deal. Yeah, it's time to get some of this stuff out. You know, see, you're not always going to have a winner. This guy right here, he's a lot smaller. But that's part of the process. That's why I say you need to be learning the skills now. And, you know, you're going to have things that don't do 100%. Go ahead and learn that and accept it because it's going to happen. And when it does, that way you're not learning in a bad situation.
These onions be good on a hamburger, perfect size.
Oh, they are perfect for hamburgers.
It's perfect for seasoning. I mean, everything's there. It's just not. Some of them are great big huge, but some do.
Well, plus too, you make your own onion powder with the freeze dryer too. So that comes in handy. Yeah, good size onions.
I was gonna leave some of them.
Well, some of these have already fallen over. There's another one that did that same thing.
Oh, we only got one here too.
They're Siamese twins. There you go. Give me get this one here. He's already down and
Yeah. It looks like that's a weird one too.
yeah, that is weird. I don't understand. Got this long piece off of here. That's the white onions. So we're not going to wash these. We're just going to hang them straight up and let them dry. And then we'll brush them off. We're not going to wet them because we don't want to rot them. Have you got all the ones out over here? There's still some. Okay. I'll go ahead and get these here. They look like they're ready. There's one. I'm just getting the ones that are down that I know are done. I don't want to leave them out here. They'll end up rotting in the ground if you leave them too long. But see, guys, the money you can save. We've got enough onion put up for a couple of years. And this is going to help us out tremendously as far as food storage, because a lot of this can be freeze dried, and what we don't use, you know, they last a long time just on their own. But when you freeze dry them, they'll last 25 years. You can make onion powder, then you can take the onions out and you can use them in soups and stews or whatever. And it works out really good. They reconstitute great. I've told you before, like zucchini and squash, we've not had any luck with reconstituting them. They end up being squishy and slimy, and it's just not a good deal. So yeah, there's another one. These are good sized onions. We just wipe the dirt off of them, don't wash them, and then we're just going to hang them up and let them dry in the greenhouse. And when all your greenery looks like paper, then you know they're finished. You're going to want everything to look like that kind of dried out right there. So when it's that dried out and you get a good skin on your onion, you know it's in good shape. So yeah, we got about a 5-gallon bucket full, and we're still letting some grow just because they're really green. So that means they still got a ways to go, and they'll keep going. But once they fall down, it's pretty much over. It's time for them to come out. I mean, they might not be huge, but if you leave them, they are going to rot. I mean, those are two great candidates right there for the freeze dryer. They're not huge, but you know, you can do a lot with them. So that's what we're trying to get out of the garden today, because we're going to make room. What are we planting over here?
More nutrients back in it.
Well, I know we're going to have to amend it, but what's the
I
plan?
think my spinach will go in every other.
Spinach will go in every other hole? And didn't you say something else, kale?
No, I'll have to look back in the book.
I know you're redoing broccoli, so,
And the Brussels sprouts.
and Brussels sprouts. So,
I'm going to leave the rest of those.
you gonna leave the rest of these? Well, there's a couple that are still down, so.
Yeah, but if they have more green on top, leave it.
Yeah, that guy there, he's drying out. All right, guys, we're going to get these in the greenhouse, and I'll bring you back and show you how many we got. All right, see you in a minute. All right, guys, that's the onions we ended up with. We've got our cabbage up here, all of this. So it's pretty good. So what are we doing with this here? You're doing what now?
Some of these will go in the freezer after they're washed for lettuce wraps. These are, I'm just separating some that I can use for lettuce wraps and some that I can use for freeze dryer.
Okay.
And then down here is what the girls will get after everything gets washed.
Oh, okay, so you got the girls a pile too.
Usually give them the real outer.
Got you. And the good thing about getting your own food, guys, you know where it's been, you know who's handling it, you know what's been put on it. You don't have to worry about, you know, a bunch of insecticides. You don't have to worry about salmonella. You're washing everything good. It's not been trucked all across the country, coming from places you don't know where it's coming from. And you're self-sufficient. And the good thing about it is we've got fresh cabbage to do stuff with. We've got the leaves. We're going to freeze dry some. And the girls get part of it too. So it supplements the chickens too.
And also, if you're a person that does smoothies, you can grind this up after you freeze dry them or, you know, whatever, and put them in your smoothie.
A cabbage smoothie. I've never heard of one.
Well, you would add it with their other stuff that they have in there, but
And
the
those are,
nutrients in these leaves is
oh yeah, it's
wonderful.
full of A, C, and B vitamins.
So, I mean, nothing is going to go to waste. It's going to go to the chickens. It's going to go in the freeze dryer. Or it's going to go in for soups.
So really everything you're pulling off and throwing on the ground is just the outer leaves.
The
Could have some
real
dirt or something.
further outer leaves,
Because they're real rubbery.
as you can see, like here, 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 and here.
Right.
Those I'll give to the chickens.
Okay, so those will get...
Or Lulu, because she's, looks like she's wanting to partake.
Yeah, she's going eating cabbage.
And that's okay, because there's nothing on them that is going to hurt her.
Well, that's what I want to make everybody understand. The food we grow, we don't put stuff on it. You saw the calcium that we put around the bottom of the plant. That's to control the blossom rot on the tomatoes. But everything else, you know, we put our own compost in the soil. Yeah, they're pretty good.
These would, a little bit more time, if I would have planned maybe 2 weeks earlier, this would have all closed in, but it's really firm down inside, so that's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, they're not huge, but I mean, for us, it's a lot.
Off season, so.
The last time we did it in the fall, got really big ones, and it was a big surplus, so.
But last year we used what we got out of the garden just to freeze dry and stuff. And this year we made seasoning. So having this extra crop, we're actually able to do a couple more items for the kitchen.
And that's a good thing. Because when you learn to grow your food, guys, like I keep telling you, it's time to do it now and learn the pitfalls. Just like these are not huge cabbages. I know that.
I'm okay with that.
And we're okay with that because it's enough for 2 people. But if you're doing this in a bad situation and you're trying to learn, that's not the right time to do this.
I mean, this one in here, I think, is about the same size. It was almost $3 at the grocery store.
Oh, definitely. And I was at Food Lion. The onions are $5.49 for 5 pounds. And I think we've got close to 15 to 25 pounds here. Estimating, we'll weigh it out. If you look close, I haven't done a whole lot to them. I don't want to just, disturb the skin. Yeah, I left the roots on and the dirt on. I knocked a lot of it off that would just come off loosely. We did that. But I don't want to, I want to leave the skin on until they're cured. About 2 to 3 weeks, let them cure in between 75, 80 degrees. Let them do that. You can hang them up, and what you'll find is you'll know they're cured out when the greenery is turned completely brown, like this piece here. That way you know they're completely cured, and you'll have the paper on. So this is not what you see in the grocery store. This is right out of the ground, guys. So this is how we do it. She's going to process the rest of this cabbage here. And
that is amazing also, not to interrupt you, but when we have the younger generation come over and they've seen broccoli actually on a plant, they were just so amazed.
Oh, definitely.
Of how it looked.
A lot of folks. We had somebody here that was, how old was he? About 50?
I say about 50, yeah.
And he saw the broccoli plant and was amazed. He's 50 years old and never seen, like he called it, broccoli in the wild. So, but, the younger generation, they're not used to doing this kind of stuff. A lot more people are getting into it. They're seeing the sign of the times.
The 50-year-old wasn't younger generation, but
well, yeah, he wasn't. Seen. Yeah, but a lot of the younger people are getting into it now.
This is.
Let's see what you got.
That was about the size of my hand.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
there.
That's a very good one.
And as far as cost for this, you think what, $10 for just a cabbage?
More than that. It's so horribly expensive because one is off season.
Okay. I know the onions. I did a video. I got all the onions and all the potatoes. I think I figured it up. It's like $24. So we've still got a lot of onions out in the garden. You just saw we didn't get all of them. A lot of these we're going to freeze dry. We can go ahead and freeze dry a lot of them. They don't have to cure to be freeze dried. We're going to use some right away. And the ones we don't use right away, we'll hang up. We'll let them cure. And they'll last for, what do you think, 4 months? Hanging up, cured?
Probably.
About 4 months.
Yeah.
So right now we probably got $35 invested here, and we're probably looking a good, I don't know.
Yeah, this one's a really good one. By the time these are done, we've ate through all this, it's time to replant in the late fall. So we're not wasting anything. By the time we harvest our late fall ones, we start the process all over.
Right, because you're going to replant again in the fall.
Right.
But still, we still got freeze-dried cabbage upstairs in the main pantry. And you've got some down here in your regular pantry too.
Right.
And this lasts us a long time. So yeah, we're not disappointed that we didn't get huge heads of lettuce or cabbage like a lot of people are used to seeing.
Just didn't pull in too tight, but it's still there.
Yeah. So.
Get it before it bolts.
Yeah, because it will turn bitter, and it's getting hot. We didn't want to bolt. We didn't want to turn bitter on us. But you can see we're getting a lot of leaves.
So that's a really nice one.
And We're getting good cabbage heads.
It would have been a lot tighter. This one's too tight. This one here. But it didn't bolt, so I'm happy.
Well, as long as it didn't bolt, we're good. We got a lot of it. I mean, that's going to make a lot of stuff for our long-term storage.
This one can't even tell. It's just too late in the season. Yeah. It was trying to pull itself in.
Yeah.
But it's just...
It's
too stressful on them when it's so hot.
Yeah, you can tell right here, guys. It's a good example of how it starts out. Starts out that way, and it just keeps folding in. But like she said, it was getting too hot. We planted it a little too late. It got warm on us. I mean, here we are. It's June 9th, and this should have already been done, taken out of the ground a long time ago. But we planted late, and we pushed it to its max before it bolted and turned bitter. I'm still happy with it because we're going to have a lot to freeze dry. And when it's freeze dried, you know, you can do so much with it then. Long-term storage, 25 years. So we're okay with it.
Well, yeah, early spring, early spring, we dealt with a lot of downpours. And one time it got down to 32 again. Wasn't supposed to.
Right.
So we were trying to hold off before we planted the seedlings out there. So we were a couple weeks late, but I'm very happy.
I'm happy with it. I mean, a lot of people will probably say there's not much to it, and that's okay, but it's enough for us.
It feeds the chickens too. This one will probably just go to the chickens.
Okay, so the whole thing will go to them.
Yeah.
Do not feed your chickens any onion stems, guys, or onions. It makes them lethargic, and it upsets their stomach. So do not feed your chickens any onion scraps. None of the, the ends or the onions themselves. So keep that in mind.
I think that's true too with cucumbers. I'm not certain.
Oh, with cucumbers too?
I'm not certain.
Okay.
I think I recall something like that.
All right.
There's got to be a reason why I'm not giving them the scraps, so.
Right. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you joining us this Sunday morning when we got these onions out. And we're going to finish, she's going to finish getting the cabbage ready. And like I say, they're not huge cabbage heads, but it's enough for us. We utilize all of it. Nothing's going to go to waste.
I mean, that's a good size.
Yeah, I mean, they're good size. I mean, don't get me wrong.
These inner ones that didn't finish closing in, they're still really good.
Yeah, I mean, it'll make great slaw. The fresh ones like this will be great slaw. You can take the leaves. You can cook them right away in a stew, soups, stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I do appreciate you joining us today, and if you would consider subscribing, liking, I would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up down there. It means a whole lot. So we're going to get ready and finish up all of this. We got a lot to do, hanging the onions up. We're going to finish with the cabbage, cleaning them up, getting them ready. But just remember, if you're growing your own, you're prepping, learn to do it now, guys. Don't wait till it's too late. And too late could be any time. All right, guys. I'm Tad. On the next video, we will talk about it. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.